morning and aloha, everyone. Aloha. Let's see the hands of those who are born in Hawaii, have friends or family in Hawaii, or who are Hawaiians at heart. That should be everybody. Mahalo to Leader Pelosi for your wonderful remarks and your constant support of KPEC. I want to thank my colleagues, particularly Judy Chu, and of course Mike Konda, upon whose shoulders we all stand, our Congressional Asia Pacific American Caucus, for hosting this annual event. And I want to also thank Richard Louie from MSNBC. Richard, you're doing a good job making sure that we stand in line and keep things moving. It is deeply humbling and a privilege to introduce my dear friend and colleague, Hawaii's own, Senator Daniel Kahikina Akaka. Anyone who has ever met Senator Akaka immediately feels the warmth of his aloha. And he embodies this very spirit, which is the foundation of our local culture in Hawaii. Senator Akaka has dedicated his life to serving Hawaii and our country. As a World War II veteran, he enrolled, after World War II, he enrolled at the University of Hawaii through the GI Bill to study to become an educator. His strong belief in the power of education is rooted in his career as a teacher and as a principal. After serving our state in a number of leadership positions, he was elected to Congress in 1976. He represented rural Oahu and the neighbor islands, the very district that I have the privilege of representing today. After the passing of Senator Spark Matsunaga in 1990, Dan Akaka was appointed to serve as Hawaii's U.S. Senator. He is its first member of Native Hawaiian ancestry and currently its only member of Chinese descent. His record of public service is a strong reflection of our shared value of Lau Lima. It's working cooperatively for a common purpose. Senator Akaka has made educating our keiki, our children, keeping our commitment to our veterans, working to meet our obligations to the indigenous native peoples of our country, his top priorities, and he has succeeded. His advocacy resulted in landmark legislation which has improved services for our veterans and the well-being of the native peoples of this country. Because of his efforts, the GI Bill has been improved to enable more veterans to pursue their dreams of a college degree. He has worked tirelessly in his search for justice for Native Hawaiians who have been denied the same right of self-determination enjoyed by American Indians and Alaska Natives. I've been proud to support his Native Hawaiian Government Reorganization Act, better known as the Akaka Bill, along with our colleagues from KPEC, as well as so many other members of the House and Senate, which would provide this long overdue parity. We're not there yet. That's why, you all are here to help with that, I hope. I've always admired his passion and leadership in education issues, but probably Senator Akaka's greatest pride is in his family. To say that Senator Akaka is a family man is an understatement. He is dedicated to his family. And in fact, in Hawaii, we consider everyone part of our family. There's this idea of ohana, extended family. That is why all of you are part of his ohana and our ohana. But Senator Akaka, every year, I look forward to the Christmas cards that you send to all of us and to your constituents, because often these postcards, these Christmas cards, picture his family. And usually it's a growing family because by now he's got many great-grandchildren. Senator Akaka, I want you to know that I keep these Christmas cards as a reminder of your love of Hawaii and your service to our country. In a place where there's a lot of lip service about family values, Senator Akaka walks the walk and talks the talk. The Asia Pacific American community can certainly be proud of you and salute your service to our nation. Please join me, everyone, in welcoming to our podium the very special, not a mean bone in his body, Senator Dan Akaka.
It's a big thank you. And they felt that wasn't enough. So they added the word loa, which is long. And so now we say mahalo nui loa. And that's what I express to you, the mahalo nui loa, to all of you for being here today and for being part of this beautiful mission. And I'd like to use beautiful because it has so much good meaning for the heart and the body and the mind and the soul of the people of this earth and of this country, of course, and for your organizations as well. First, let me say mahalo nui loa for Congresswoman Hirono for that wonderful introduction. You noticed when she started, I thought I'd better sit down. And I'm glad I did that. She was so generous with her remarks, and I want to thank her and wish her well in her future as well, as you know, and we certainly can count on her leadership in the future. So mahalo nui loa Maisie for that wonderful introduction. And I want to welcome all of you to this occasion today and this special event. And so I say it to you in Hawaiian, komo mai, which means come, you're welcome. Things are open, and we have things to do together. And that's what it's all about. This year's celebration is particularly special, as you know, because it marks the 20th anniversary of the permanent official designation of the full month of May as Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. And what a wonderful gathering that we have today to show the support we have throughout the country for this mission of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. And I must tell you that it has paid off. But before I begin my speech, I haven't started yet. I want to say thank you and mahalo to our chairwoman, Julie True. She has worked hard to keep, anyway, the congressional part of this organization together, and the members of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus. And I want to thank her for this wonderful event and the sponsoring of the group. And I appreciate your leadership and your devotion, Judy, to our American and Pacific Islander communities. This year, we have, can you imagine, and just judging from the time I was there. But now we have 41 members of Congress in the caucus. 41 members. And we are getting stronger. I recognize, and as I look at the audience, it's so good to see all of you, and I recognize so many of you here, familiar faces and longtime friends who are here with us today. And also my warmest aloha to the friends and colleagues I see here today who co-founded APAHM when I was a member of the House. And I can't help but mention my good and handsome friend still, Norman Mineta. As you know, he was such a leader, a pioneer. He was a congressman for many years and was part of beginning this whole mission. And he became a secretary for the first time in history in this country. An Asian was there. And so Norm Mineta has done so much for us and for this great country. I also want to recognize Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi, as you heard her, and APAHM Chairman Emeritus Mike Honda. And it's good always to see him and his beautiful baritone voice. And he sings tenor and speaks in other languages as well. So, and former APAHM Chairman Robert Underwood. What a pleasant surprise to see Bob. And I'm glad that we have here here from Samoa, and also our representative Zablan from the Marianas from and welcome all of you. It's so good to be with you again. And I'm so happy that some members of the Hawaii State Legislature are here today. And I have their names here, but if you're here, will you just please raise your hands? The state legislators who are here today at APAHM, will you please raise your hands? Yes. Thank you so much for coming here to show their support, and welcome back to Washington, D.C. So good to have you. Finally, I'm so pleased to see all of you, the community here this morning to help celebrate this occasion. Pacific American Heritage Month recognizes the rich cultural roots and traditions of Asian Pacific Americans across the country, as well as our community's many contributions to the United States throughout its history. This month, I'm introducing a resolution recognizing the importance of May 2012 as Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, joining the efforts of Congresswoman Chu and 38 other members of the House who introduced similar language. However, I must say that today's event is bittersweet for me because it marks the final time I will be celebrating this month with all of you as the United States Senator. and I've been involved with the national movement to recognize the contributions of Asian American and Pacific Islanders since Asian Pacific American Week was established in May 1979 by a joint congressional resolution passed the year before. By then, the recognition consisted of a rather modest week of events compared to the major occasion it has become today. And, you know, it just got better and better each year so that we had to expand it and made it permanent. This event was created because some of us in Congress wanted to find a way to bring national attention to Asian and Pacific American cultures across this country. And that's part of the mission. We also wanted to bring together local leaders to increase advocacy for our proud communities. We're able to establish that first recognition thanks to the pioneering efforts of Representatives Frank Horton of New York at that time, and Norm Mineta, and Senators Dan Inouye and Spock Matsunaga, and the passionate advocacy of groups like the Organization of Chinese Americans, the Japanese American Citizens League, and the Organization of Chinese American Women. Since then, our communities have made incredible strides. We are now a vital part of America's national identity, and our voices are heard on national issues. I'm so proud to see how far we have come. Asian Pacific Americans today hold many top leadership positions across the country, including 3 positions on President Obama's cabinet. The Secretaries of Energy, Commerce, and Veterans Affairs, more representation than ever before. There are now 12 Asian Pacific Americans serving in Congress in both parties and both chambers. Just last night, Judge Nguyen became the first Asian Pacific American woman in history to serve as the U.S. Courts of Appeals. And that was done. And there are many, many more Asian Pacific Americans holding prominent positions across our government and armed forces and in business. When I say armed forces, we had Eric Shinseki, who's now Secretary of Veterans Affairs, who was a general that commanded the Army and was the chief officer of the entire Army. And to see how we can continue to make contributions, and what's more, we must accomplish to achieve true parity in representation and influence. And that's what we're about in our mission. Each year, many Asian Pacific organizations hold events to share our cultures with all Americans. And this year, it's no different, and we will continue this. There are hundreds of events planned throughout the country and here in Washington that showcase the wide variety of cultures within the Asian Pacific American community. I urge you all to participate, and if there are no events planned where you live, I encourage you to help organize one next year. That's how this whole thing got started. People like you deciding to come together and make a difference. And it has happened, and will continue to do so. The United States is, without question, a great country, strengthened by our diverse contributions, celebrating Asian Pacific American Heritage Month helps to remind us of that. Again, I'm so happy to see that this event has become, in the 35 years since the House resolution to recognize Asian Pacific American heritage was introduced, and the 2 decades since the full month of May was dedicated. And thank you for supporting this important occasion and for your unwavering service to our communities and our great nation. And I'm so glad that you're buzzing across this nation and providing leadership that this country needs, and will make a huge difference in the greatness of this country. So mahalo nui loa to all of you for what you're doing. Let's keep it up. God bless you. God bless APAHM, and God bless the United States of America.